In this video, I will show you how to set up the batch export preferences of Ceph Studio so that it can automatically export photos when saving a file. And I will also show you how to utilize Dropbox as a save location so that you can view those exported files on an iPad easily. You could save those files anywhere. It doesn't have to be the Dropbox, but it's a handy trick to be able to do that. So first off, you would need a computer running Ceph Studio, and you need a free Dropbox account will be fine, but a paid Dropbox account works as well. So with Dropbox installed on your computer, if you go to your home folder by going to the Finder, clicking on the Go menu and going to Home, that will take you into your home folder here. And then after you have installed Dropbox, you will have a Dropbox folder in the home folder. That's the default install location. So I'm going to go into Dropbox here, and I'm just going to make a new folder. This is where I'm going to batch export my photos. So again, this doesn't have to utilize Dropbox. This can be any folder anywhere on your computer. You could export it to a folder on your desktop. But in this case, I'm just going to export it to this folder in Dropbox, and I'm going to call it Patient Photo Export. And that's where my photos are going to go. So now in Ceph Studio, the batch export preferences are in the Ceph Studio menu, Preferences, and the Preferences window here, Export. So in these export settings. At the top here is the export convention that we're going to change, but right now it's going to export pretty much everything, all the regular photos. So we'll leave it as generic, and then we'll edit that later. And right now it's going to export JPEGs. The maximum resolution is going to be 1200 pixels. You know, if you want twice as large photos, you can make this 2400 pixels. In this case, we'll just leave it 1200 by default. And then here, this will be off on your settings by default, that automatically batch export when saving. So that's exactly what we want to turn on. So you can set all this up and leave that off, and then it's only going to batch export when you choose File menu, Batch Export. Then it's going to do the batch export as these settings are set. But I want it to automatically batch export to the Dropbox whenever I save the file and I'm done with it. So I'm going to check on automatically batch export when saving. The export current session, if you have that checked on, it's going to only export whatever session you're working in when you save the file. I have that unchecked, so it's going to export all my sessions. In this file, I just have the initial and treatment session. And it's going to create a patient folder, so it's going to create a Jane Doe folder, and it's going to create subfolders for each session. So I'm going to get an initial folder in there and a treatment folder in there with the photos in each. And here is where it's exporting to. This was an old example, so let's change that, choose that. So the folder I want it to batch export to is in the Dropbox, and patient photo export, there it is, patient photo export. So now I have my export to location set. So now the way it will work is whenever I work on a file and I'm done on the file and I save it, I'm saving this file right now. That's fine. Yep, save. And then, okay, it's exporting. And we're going to see. So it exported the initial. Now it's exporting the treatment. And if we go look at our Dropbox folder, here's our patient photo export, and I can see it's doing some work, spinning. And there it is. There's our Jane Doe folder. And if I look in there, there's our initial and treatment folders. And the initial has all these records, and the treatment has all these records. And now if I show you, I have my iPad right next to me. And one moment while I bring it up, I can show you my iPad screen. So this is, this is Dropbox on my iPad. So there is that, well, where's my folder? Maybe I need to go get it to reload. There it is. So patient photo export. And there's Jane Doe. And there's initial. And there's, you know, front lateral photo. And front model and measurements and all kinds of good stuff. I believe you can also make this full screen. I know there's a way to make it full screen. I'm just not as familiar with this Dropbox interface right off the bat. And then, but notice we have all these records. You know, here, I'll go back to the Mac here. There's all these records for this. So many. Well, maybe you only want a few records. You know, this is the default export. So let's throw this folder away. And now let's go back. Yep, this is asking me, I deleted this folder from the Dropbox, so it wants to make sure. Yes, I do want to actually remove that from Dropbox. So now, if I go back to the Ceph Studio preferences and go back to the export preferences, that's the generic one, and it exports almost everything. We have some built-in ones for other practice management systems, but you can edit and create your own. So I'm going to create a new one, and I'm just going to create a totally new one. So we'll just call this our Dropbox photo export. And again, it doesn't have to have anything to do with Dropbox. This is just an example here. So now this is my export. Right now there's nothing in it. These are photos, photos with tracings, measurements, patient information, and galleries. So if I want to add, let's say I want to add a couple photos, a tracing, and a gallery. So here, click the photo button. Maybe I want the lateral photo. So now I'm going to get the lateral photo. Maybe I want the frontal smiling. Okay, maybe I want the lateral tracing. Maybe I want the panoramic X-ray. And let's do the lateral X-ray with tracing. And then let's say we want gallery number 2. Okay, so that's my little export now. And then I also get to build the name of these files as they come out. So right now, they're just going to have an identifier name, which isn't anything. You need to give the identifier. Identifier is like so you can number it 01, 02, and then that would be the like identifier, right? So right now, the file names would be that. You build the file name down below. So if you just want the default name of the photo, there's the default name. So lateral photo, frontal smiling photo, this is just an example. But we could say, you know, maybe we want the patient last name first. So we got here, let's do last name, comma, space. Oh, can't do comma. Okay, so space, first name, and then we could do space, dash, space, and then we can do the default name. There you go. So it's going to have her name with the file name right with it. I mean, you could even add the session identifier to it, or a case number, or a session name. You could add all these additional things to the file name if you want. In this case, I'm going to do it this way. If you wanted them in a certain order, this is where the identifier comes in handy. So, you know, I could do, let's say I'm going to just do them in this order, just for an example. Okay, so my gallery is always at the end and my lateral photo is always at the beginning. And then I could put my, you know, identifier before the default name, something like that, if I wanted. So then save. And now when we save this file, it's still going to export every time we save. It's still exporting to the same location in the Dropbox. But now if you see over here, in initial, we have a real clean list. There's that front, lateral, frontal, lateral tracing, panoramic X-ray, right, Ceph with X-ray, and the gallery too. And you can see also, if I bring up my iPad, one moment, there's the iPad. There's the Jane Doe folder again, and there's the initial. And now you can see instantly it just updates with what they are now. I hope this was a helpful tutorial. The batch export tool is really handy and very flexible. You can use it to integrate with other practice management systems if you have. You can use it to view photos on Dropbox. You can use it just to export photos out to like another machine you want to see those photos on. It's a very flexible tool. I really like how it works with Dropbox to show the records on an iPad though. That's a very neat workflow. If you have any questions, please contact us. Thank you so much. Take care.